right. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and thank you guys so much for joining me. It's been welcome back. You already seen the thumbnail. You already know what I'm gonna get into. So let's just get into it, shall we? I'm here to talk about Ms. Ebony K. Williams' comment and how everybody is losing their damn minds about her comments. Now, I got a lot to discuss today, and because I have to pre-record this week like I've done in the past. And so I have to make sure that I cover these topics in a very concrete, concise fashion. What I want to say before I play the recording is, if you are new to my channel, please go check out the video that I did on her conversation with Miss Ian Levazant a year ago, and how she was not trying to date no bus driver. We covered that. And I think that I like the idea of putting these segments together in the way that I'm doing them, because we really need to understand context in terms of how people change their minds. And like everyone here, I am allowed to change my mind. And I'm glad that I'm glad that I did not have to say what I wanted to say when this video dropped. So I'm going to share my screen and make y'all listen in for yourselves to what her retraction was in this conversation on the said topic. The topic here is Ebony K is back and has a familiar message for the sisterhood. Let's take a listen. I am waiting. This is going to be quite crass. Quite crass. Sorry, y'all.
That out loud is that as Black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding. And the exact opposite is true for Black women. As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, the reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year. Damn. No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger Black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated Black men...
Now, because I keep getting some people on my channel who say that you should, regardless of whether or not you want to or not, I just want to clarify that that is the same thing that I am saying. For those of us who want marriage, for those of us who want children, for those of us who want a family, know that sooner. Sit with that reality sooner in life, because you don't have endless opportunity and endless time to make that happen. For the rest of y'all that don't need a man, that don't want a man, that don't want children, that whatever your situation is, that you're thinking opposite, my content, my channel is not for you. Let's move on. Just want to make sure that y'all understand that, because it seems sometimes that
are so low when compared to Black college-educated women.
So this is the most recent numbers from the U.S. Census Bureau in regards to education. If you look at the highlighted area right there, if we break down, break the data down by gender, we find that 24.9% of African American men and 30.8% of African American women over the age of 25 have attained at least a bachelor's degree. Some 1.5 million Black women earned a master's degree, but no higher degree. Currently, there is a 5.9% difference in regards to degree obtainment from Black women to Black men. And as you guys know, and I've stated this multiple times, every race of women has more degrees than their male counterparts. However, every race of men out-earn their women.
That we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men. And as we heard today, on most campuses, there's like 7 Black women students for every 1 Black man student.
All right. So I'm going to stop there. Y'all can go check this out or check out this video or her contribution to this, because I think that this is the issue. All right, this is the issue. 7 women to 1 man. That means that marriage, at the way marriage is set up with the expectations that we have, 70% of us will end up without a husband if we do not understand what settling means. And I want to make sure that that is completely clear to those who want marriage, because the odds are stacked up against you. And if you don't prioritize marriage like other women do, and I'm talking about, like, when I think about my academic advisors, my friends, my college mates, my colleagues from other races, those of them who wanted marriage were making it their priority. They were going to their boyfriend's dorm. They were doing the most. They were being fit. They were having the discussions, practically planning their weddings, while I was busy hitting them books and studying like my life depended on it. Why? Because I had to get that degree and I had to make sure that I had a successful career. And when all of that fell apart, I didn't have, and whoever John Doe I was seeing was just like, in the meantime, boy, just moved on to somebody else because I wasn't studying him. And I think that I got really lucky because I began to see and understand that if I wanted to be married, if I wanted to have a family, if I wanted a husband, I had to change the way I think and move and make that my priority. While, and this is the tricky part, I'm not going to call anybody out and say it's this one's fault or that one's fault, while I was still being told by my other non-Black counterparts that I'm always trying to get married and I'm always trying to have a relationship. They already married, okay? They're on baby number 2, 3, or 4, and they are complaining to me like, why is this such a big deal? It is a big deal because the odds are stacked up against us. And I think that once we start to look at a loving, respectful conversation about this has been going on for generations. We learned this from our mothers and our grandmothers. And it was wrong of them to say the things that they said because it was to our own detriment. And I'm still trying to uncover why it is that they did that, because my grandmother told me I don't need a man while she was still burying her husband that she didn't divorce and leave or even separate from. And I love my mother. My mother's a widow, but she never remarried. And she also taught that message that you need your exit plan just in case or when your relationship falls out. If you approach your relationships in good faith, and you let your man know that you trust him, you will be amazed at the kind of reactions and responses and relationships you will attract in your life. I think that is the number one lesson for us women of Black African descent, because across the board in the Caribbean and America, at least, I'm seeing this pandemic of single women who stand in their own way and do not understand that they're participating in their own demise. And they come for me. Baby girl, I got a man. I don't need to tell you what it is that I had to undo and unlearn in order to be successful in my relationship. I don't need to tell you how I was then and how I am now. I don't need to tell you my level of happiness that has improved and my quality of life that has improved. People are shocked, flabbergasted, and dumbfounded that I was even able to do a 180, and even myself sometimes, to have a successful relationship that could lead to marriage. But that came with a price. The price was that I had to stop holding on to old beliefs that no longer serve my new purpose. And just like this woman is starting to realize it, maybe too late for her. If y'all saw that W face that was priceless. If he owned a bus, look, y'all, I'm married to a mechanic, okay? He is the most loving, kind, respectful, decent human being I've ever met. What he makes is not of priority to the quality of person that he is. If y'all start to stop leading with utility, then you will be amazed at the kind of opportunities that will open up for you when it comes to the kind of man that you attract in your life. And don't be like Miss Ebony K. Williams and realize that 20 years too late. It's too late for her. Sorry. I will be celebrating my 9th year anniversary this December. And I'm very, very happy and grateful. And I just woke up one day and thought to myself, wow, more women should choose this. More women should stop lying to themselves and saying to themselves, oh, I don't need no man, but really, get honest and get real about the things that it is you really want. Because I think that was one of the major issues of my blockage, was that I wasn't being honest with what it is I really want, because I was kind of embarrassed that if I wasn't chasing the independent boss bae lifestyle, that I wouldn't be accepted in the sisterhood. Bump the sisterhood. All them people are still single and depressed, lonely, hot girl summer. You look ridiculous. Like, I love my sisters, but they look ridiculous out here in these streets, 35, 40 years old, competing with 20-year-old Becky and Kim, and like, who? No. I am just, So I just wanted to come and give you this public service announcement, because this is what was leading up to this conversation. If y'all need to go check out that conversation, please go do it for yourself. I'll see y'all in the comment section down below. Please, of course, just always be respectful about it. And if you can, always make sure to stay safe and stay free.